Hello, everybody. Today we are talking about Jupiter in 2021. It has a major Saturn influence because it will be in Capricorn and Aquarius. So, does Saturn help or hinder during this time? And secondly, this is the year of the Kumbha Mela. Kumbha Mela is the largest gathering of humanity in India. It is celebrating a very spiritual moment in time. So let us explore. Hello, I'm Komilla Sutton. We are talking Jupiter in 2021. Please do remember to subscribe, press the bell notification. And also, my conference is on Rahu Ketu this year. It is going to be global online. So, wherever you are, you can attend. All the details are given below. So I hope you can come. And at the end of this video, I'll be adding the video again about the 2021 conference. About Jupiter. Jupiter is going to be in Capricorn and Aquarius in 2021. Both are ruled by Saturn. Actually, Aquarius is co-ruled by Rahu as well. But I would say Saturn's influence is very powerful. And as I made the two videos on Saturn and Rahu, you can see those as well in 2021. Saturn is in his own sign throughout the year. Rahu is exalted throughout the year. So Jupiter in Capricorn is debilitated. However, the exact debilitation degree of Jupiter is 5 degrees of Capricorn. It achieved twice in 2020. In 2021, Jupiter will not be in the weakest spot. It is starting to move away from its exact degree of debilitation. However, it is still in the sign of its debilitation. Jupiter gets debilitated in Uttara Ashada Nakshatra. On 6th of January, Jupiter will leave Uttarashada and go into Shravana, and then it will move into Dhanishta. And it has doesn't stay in its own debilitated nakshatra or the degree. However, we should still think that Jupiter, the guru, is debilitated. Often Jupiter being debilitated means that advisors and the so-called gurus, we can say, are being more commercial minded, thinking more about money. We should double check any advice we take or get. However, this Jupiter in Capricorn is not going to have any major conjunctions, neither with Saturn, as it has done that, or with Rahu. However, Saturn continues to be with Jupiter in Capricorn. And there are 2 journeys of Jupiter in Capricorn. The first one is up to 5th of April. And then Jupiter will come back, retrograde back into Capricorn on 13th of September and be there till 20th November. So 2 journeys of Capricorn. In both the journeys, Saturn is there. However, Saturn is playing a very important role for Jupiter in Capricorn because Saturn is canceling the debilitation of Jupiter without having the exact conjunction. Therefore, Saturn is actually helping us to work through Jupiter in Capricorn. I think how to make Jupiter in Capricorn help to us, or Saturn to help us, is to organize ourselves, to do all our projects, to think about this time as some karma to be completed, some works that you need to complete, and use that powerful Saturn's energy to sort out your things. Jupiter is not always organized because he takes life easy, wants things to happen automatically, and they do. But in Capricorn, taking Saturn's help, will be much more positive for us, and to work those things too. Of course, if we think, oh, everything is a block or a hindrance, then that attitude is not going to help you. So think about the glass half full rather than half empty, and use that strong work ethic of Saturn, thinking about paying back some old karma. This will be a good time for you to make some donation, helping people to overcome their obstacles as well. And that will be the best way to celebrate Jupiter in Capricorn. Now, Jupiter in Aquarius is actually always greatly celebrated. Aquarius has got two rulers. Jupiter is ruled in this particular position by Saturn, which is in his own sign, and Rahu, who is exalted. So Rahu is regarded as the co-ruler of Aquarius. And both of the rulers are strong. And it is a major cause of celebration, because Jupiter has come out of the darkness of Capricorn. Sometimes people feel that Capricorn Jupiter is more tamasic by nature. Tamas is more darkness or compromising kind of attitude, whereas Jupiter in Aquarius is sattvic, and it is when the nectar of immortality was discovered when Jupiter was in Capricorn. And therefore, there is a festival called Kumbha Mela that is celebrated in India. The main Kumbha Mela is celebrated when Jupiter is in Aquarius and Sun is in Aries. And this is celebrated in the sacred Haridwar, God's doorway, where the Ganges flow. And millions of people go there to bathe in Haridwar. Of course, the pandemic is going to affect it and people may not come. Jupiter in Aquarius, which is from 5th of April to 13th of September. It is very spiritual. And we have to wait till Sun goes into Aries, which is 14th of April. However, I noticed that the dates of the bathing in the sacred water. So what happens during Jupiter in Aquarius and Kumbh Mela is that people are bathing in the sacred waters in Ganges. And there are special timings for bathing that are given, and you can see that online. If you say Kumbh Mela 2021, you'll get number of sites that will give you information. But what you have to understand is that the correct time to celebrate Kumbh Mela and to let go of your old negativity, to bathe in the sacred waters, is after Jupiter goes into Aquarius, which is 5th of April. And then you also want to wait for Sun to be in Aries. So there are 3 dates that are very important. There is one date that is the Chaitra Amavasya. So this is the Amavasya for the month of Chaitra, which will be 11th of April. However, 11th of April, the Sun is not in Aries as yet. So the second one is 14th of April, which is the Snana, the main bathing of in the sacred waters of Ganges, and that is Mesha Sankranti. So when Sun moves into Aries, so we could say that is really important. And the third important day for the sacred bathing is 27th April, which is Chaitra Purnima. So full moon in Libra, Sun is in Aries. So these 3 dates are important for you. And of course, you may not be able to go to India, or you may not want to expose yourself to all the pandemic. So you can do something where you are, and you think yourself that this is the time for purification. You can do mantra chanting, you can do something spiritual on these days. And you can, I will make a separate video on Kumbh Mela so that I can talk all the things here, but it is important to keep those dates in diaries. And this is the time where you meditate and you just think about letting go of your negative aspects. Not all the karma you can just bathe away like this, but you can do something good, something positive, and let go of the energy. So I feel that this Jupiter in Aquarius is a cause for all of us to celebrate, because we have also been dealing with a lot of darkness, a lot of sorrow, a lot of loss in the last year. And Jupiter going into Aquarius, where the gods are celebrating this wonderful occasion. It happens once every 12 years, and the sun is in Aries. So I would say this is a major shift of consciousness, a shift of letting go of the negative energies. The retrograde will be from 20th of June to 17th of October. So Jupiter will retrograde in Aquarius, and then it will go back into Capricorn on 13th of September, and 13th of September to 17th of October, Jupiter will be back in Capricorn. So Jupiter retrograde is not as intense as Saturn's retrograde. So I would say just remember the dates, 20th of June, just be conscious, careful on that day, 1 or 2 days before. And then on 17th of October, when Jupiter will go direct. Sometimes, things slow down, situations are not happening. So that is the important thing to be aware of. And then Jupiter is going to be with all the planets in Capricorn from 9th to 12th of February. As you're aware that 9th to 12th of February, a lot of planets are gathering in Capricorn. During that time, Jupiter will be exactly conjoined with Venus. So Jupiter-Venus conjunction, and then Mercury, Sun, Saturn, all are in Capricorn. So 6 planets, and Moon, of course, 6 planets in Capricorn. It's quite an intense time. And so we need to take care of that. And Jupiter will actually combine with all the faster moving planets all together. I'll talk when we come nearer the time, each of the transits, but suffice to say just now that that is quite an intense Capricorn time. Saturn is also there, but combustion and conjunctions, all the things. So it's a bit of confused time, and Jupiter also is not necessarily giving its results. So how to deal with this transit, and how to make it that Jupiter in Capricorn and Aquarius is a help to you rather than a hindrance. And Saturn does his positive role in your life. Recognize that Saturn is making us conscious that we have karma to pay back. How you pay back that karma, you can do duty to yourself, to your family, to environment, to the world at large. You can do your jobs properly. You can organize yourself. You can, create some kind of agenda that you're working towards. It can be hard work, and you can think, oh, I'm just inundated by work and responsibility. Now, but while Jupiter is in Capricorn, Saturn is exercising a very powerful influence. So up to April, and then September to November, when Jupiter is going to be in Capricorn. And then Jupiter in Aquarius is a celebration of a discovery of spiritual self, and to understand our weaknesses as well. Because in Kumbha Mela, in order to discover the nectar of immortality, the gods worked with the demons. So we have to work with our negative qualities. That doesn't mean that you emphasize them, but you understand that they are there, and you learn to manage them. And you can celebrate this energy through meditation, through spiritual works. And generally, the influence of Saturn means that you need to, less is more principle over the year, and you will find that these transits are not bothering you. I always tell you about the transits, not to make you afraid or worried, but to know these are dips in the difficulty. So I would say that Jupiter's main dip will be in February 9th to 12th, when the planets are all gathering in Capricorn. But after that and before that, Jupiter is not being troubled by other planets. So it is rather very positive energy if we understand that Saturn is there, and Rahu also, as the co-ruler of Aquarius, is there to remind us that we have some karma and duty to do. All the best. Thank you very much. Do remember to subscribe and wait to listen to my little video about the conference in 2021, which is on Rahu Ketu. Hello, everybody. Today, I would like to invite you to my Rahu Ketu conference from 21st of January to 24th of January. All the details are on my website, komilla.com. The conference is virtual, it is online. You can attend from wherever you are. And it is a mixture of great masters of Vedic astrology, as well as some fresh talents of Vedic astrology. This is my conference, which I call Fresh Talents of Vedic Astrology. This is the 8th year that we are doing, and the first time it is going to be virtual. And therefore, I can welcome all of you. I thought, because Rahu Ketu are so powerful in 2021, that I should be using that as the topic of the conference. So we are going to be talking about Rahu Ketu's role, Kal Sarpa Yoga, eclipses, remedies for Rahu Ketu Dashas, karma and Rahu Ketu, all kinds of very interesting topics. The schedule is up on my website, komilla.com. You can look at